Alright, I think I need to just accept that I am bad luck for the Bulls whenever I attend a game. I need to just stay home and watch the games on TV from now on. Like, I was thinking about going to see the Bulls play the Kings in Sacramento, but not anymore. But no, in all seriousness, guys, going to the game was an incredible experience, especially with how close things got in the fourth quarter, and I can't thank the Bulls digital content team enough for inviting me out to the game. And also a big shout out to Matt Peck and Big Dave from Locked On Bulls who attended the game with me. That made the game that much more exciting. It was actually the first time I've been out to the United Center since 2014, so even though it wasn't the result that we wanted, it was still a very fun experience nonetheless. It would have really capped it off had the Bulls actually pulled out a win, but still fun either way. Now, normally I have my post-game video go up the night of the game, and I'm recording this actually late tonight after the game. I'll have it uploaded tomorrow morning since I don't think most people are going to watch a video being dropped at 1 a.m. But look, as great and exciting as the Bulls were in the fourth quarter, this wasn't the prettiest of games for the Bulls, at least in those first three quarters. In fact, I think the Bulls really trailed most of the game except for at the very beginning, so there were a lot of issues in this one. And what's unfortunate is that because the Bulls lost to another top team in the league, there's going to be this continued narrative that the Bulls can't beat the best teams in the league. They have yet to beat the Sixers, the Heat, the Suns, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Bucks, which I still hate that narrative because most of the games in which the Bulls have played these guys, they've been incredibly shorthanded. Even for tonight's game, they were shorthanded still without Lonzo and Caruso. And look, I'm not saying the Bulls played horribly in those first three quarters. No, what I actually liked seeing was how hard they played and in keeping that effort up despite the Grizzlies really hammering them in the paint. Also, I mean, how do you stop Ja Morant? Like, the guy is a phenomenal player in his ability to get to the basket. The dude is just so crafty in the way he penetrates the defense and getting to the hoop. I've never seen anything like it. He also had two insane highlights, the one being the 360 layup in transition, and of course the alley-oop where it looked like he jumped off a trampoline to go and get that ball. Like, my mouth just dropped when I saw that in real time. I can't hate the dude, it was just incredible. The timing was funny too because I had a video out yesterday in which I was talking about the MVP race, really highlighting DeMar DeRozan and his case for MVP, but I called out that Ja Morant deserves more recognition for being a legit MVP candidate. Like, when they announced the Memphis Grizzlies starting lineup tonight, I was just like, how is this team one of the best teams in the Western Conference sitting with a record of 42-20? It's no disrespect to the Grizzlies and the rest of their roster, they have some great talent, but this team is leading the way and are so good because of Ja Morant. Ja went off tonight, putting up a career-high 46 points on 15 for 28 shooting, 3 for 4 from deep. It killed me to see it happen, but I'm also thankful to just watch great basketball in person. But it kind of leads me to the first issue in what happened with the Bulls tonight, in that they didn't have an answer for Ja. They actually played pretty solid defense on him, like even Lavine was playing strong defense on Ja at times, but I really wanted to see more from Ayo tonight, especially after the way that we saw him lock down Trae Young the other night. I was hoping we would see a similar focus in tonight's game. Ayo actually had 0 points tonight and 3 assists. He only played 22 minutes as well. Billy Donovan's rotations were a little strange tonight. Like, the Bulls started going on that crazy run the fourth quarter. Donovan made a change when guys were on a run to bring in Vucevic in the game, who really struggled tonight. He was minus 18 on the floor, shot 5 for 17 and 0 for 5 from 3, and was getting beaten on the boards badly by Steven Adams. Adams had 21 rebounds in this game alone, which kind of leads me to my next point. The Bulls got killed on the glass. The Grizzlies out-rebounded the Bulls 61-41 tonight, and those rebounds that they could not garner in the final minutes of the game when the Grizzlies were missing shots but kept getting second chance opportunities really killed the Bulls. Second chance points tonight for the Grizzlies was really the difference in this game. Like, the Grizzlies didn't shoot the ball all that well. They shot 44% from the field, 30% from 3, but they had 19 offensive rebounds compared to the Bulls' 6. The Bulls also simply just did not shoot the ball well. And it wasn't like they were taking bad shots or making bad plays. No, they actually were taking good shots. They just weren't falling. I was telling Big Dave and Matt throughout the game, we're so used to seeing DeMar hit those mid-range shots that he takes that we're shocked when we don't see them go down. It's like we've been spoiled that we just expect that from DeMar and that he's going to be making every shot that he takes. What's crazy is that although DeMar was having an off night, he still somehow managed to score 31 points, keeping that 30-plus streak alive, although the 35-plus on 50% efficiency ended tonight. But DeMar shot 10 for 29. Pretty uncharacteristic of DeMar based on what we have seen all season. You probably also saw DeMar get ejected from the game when he picked up his second technical in the last 5 minutes of the game, which was completely warranted in my opinion because the refs were awful tonight, which I'll get into in a little bit. But anyway, the Bulls shooting. I mean, shots were just rimming out. They weren't getting the friendly roll. Bulls shot 41% from the field. They actually shot 45% from three, which I was surprised to see by because it didn't seem like they were doing that well when watching the game in person. And then the other problem was the Bulls weren't hitting their free throws. They shot 76% from the line tonight. So bad shooting, getting out rebounded, Ja Morant going off. Yeah, that's not going to be a recipe for winning. In fact, it's actually pretty incredible the Bulls were able to keep themselves in the game that close and almost walk away with a win. The other thing that did not help was how about that terrible officiating tonight? Like, you guys know I don't complain about officiating that often, but tonight it was just ridiculous. Like, how many times are DeMar and Zach going to get pummeled on a drive and have it be a no call? Well, at the same time, the same thing happens on the other end and they call it a foul or a loose ball situation that should be a jump ball and gets called a foul on the Bulls. Like, it's no wonder DeMar had enough of it and got his second technical on that drive to the basket when the Bulls were down 3 with a few seconds to go, and he gets hammered and there is no call whatsoever. DeMar DeRozan is an MVP candidate. The guy should be getting some of these calls. It just baffled me. Now, I touched on DeMar DeRozan, Ayo, and Vucevic's performance tonight, but Zach Lavine had another solid outing with 29 points on 9 for 19 shooting, as well as 4 rebounds and 6 assists. That being said, though, Zach does need to work on his pick and pop game a little bit better with Vucevic. You know, some of his passes on the pick and pop need to be a little more crisp, more on target. Granted, Vucevic needs to do a better job at corralling those passes, but still, just too many dangerous plays and passes from Lavine that led to turnovers. Javonte Green had a solid outing, 12 points, 3 steals, played some solid defense. But what I will say is I really do wish that Billy Donovan would have tried Tristan Thompson at the 4 tonight a bit. And I hope that he continues to do so a little bit later on in the season. But like, Thompson actually can play the 4 and do it well. And when the Bulls are going against these bigger front court teams like the Grizzlies with Jaren Jackson Jr., a 6'11 starting power forward, maybe see what Tristan Thompson can do over someone like Javonte Green. I love Javonte, you guys know this, but when he's 6'4", plays a lot bigger than 6'4", and you're facing some of these bigger power forwards, then maybe it's a good time to try and see what Tristan Thompson can do. By the way, the Bulls played very well when Thompson was on the floor tonight. He was plus 14 for the Bulls. Again, I was a head scratcher when Billy Donovan pulled Thompson out when that unit that we had in was going on that big run in the fourth quarter to bring in Vucevic, who is a minus 18 tonight. Coby White also had a good game. He actually got the majority of playing time at the guard spot over Ayo. He finished the game with 15 points on 5 for 11 shooting, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. But anyway, guys, it's getting pretty late. All in all, what I was pleased by was that the Bulls played hard. They hustled, fought their way back into the game, and never gave up. And as a fan, that's all you can ask for. Anyway, I'm heading back home tomorrow. A very short trip to Chicago, but I had a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll be back soon. But anyway, guys, as always, be sure to subscribe if you're a Bulls fan, as I do post daily Bulls content. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.